the Game Boy Advance SP. Well, we have with the Nintendo Switch, capable of playing games. Alright, hello, my name is Outline Man, and let's get started with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection. We got a surprise update. So, spoilers alert in this video of what will be on the collection, which is not really spoilers. It's stuff they should be telling us. So, if you guys know about this Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection, we are faced with new obstacles. So, the moment that you guys have been waiting for, they updated the Konami website. My predictions have come true. Unfortunately, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters 1. We also have Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters 2 over there. And we got Yu-Gi-Oh! They calling it Dark Duel Stories for some reason. That's not right. But anyway, so that's telling me that they're just going to give us our Dark Duel Stories. They're going to ignore that for some reason, which is odd because on 6 they're not talking about Worldwide Edition. So Worldwide Edition definitely has some changes. But anyway, then we got Duel Monsters 4 as per usual, and we got Duel Monsters Expert 6 as per usual. So I don't know why they changed the name like that with Duel Monsters Dark Duel Stories, but it's basically Duel Monsters 3. So don't worry about the name, and the name is going to be kind of weird. And as you see, they still got the Japanese artwork there. So I don't know what they're doing with these pictures. Don't be fooled by these pictures. But it's very much looking like we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now the thing about translations, that text is definitely translated in English. So they're more likely going to translate this game, guys. Don't worry, they're not going to give you a whole bunch of Japanese games in Japanese and sell it to the West. They ain't doing that. That sounds kind of sketchy. But they're not going to do that. It should be translated in English. But if you want to play these old games, it's up to you. If you guys decide not to want to get this game, I can't really blame you or fault you too much, because they're not telling us what they're going to do with the game. They're not even confirming anything. They're just showing us games, and they're not really talking about, did we make changes, did we make online, did we improve these games, are these better than ports, or can people just emulate these to be better than what we get in this collection? That would be terrible. So it's up to you. You want to buy it. If you don't want to, don't be pressured into doing it. Do what you got to do. And Konami, this collection is kind of garbled. Now, usually in these card games, when you get the physical edition, so I guess you can only do it on Switch. So, sorry Steam players, but if you buy the Switch version of this game, you can get an old school Harpie's Feather Duster, or the alternate art Harpie School's Feather Duster. So this is only confirmed for the English one so far, the English and European versions. Japanese, they're probably going to get something else. Who knows? Hopefully they don't get something better than this, because isn't this banned in the TCG and the OCG? So I don't know why we get this, but we getting this. Anybody know if we ever got this before? I really don't know. So Harpie Feathers Duster is a very odd thing. Hopefully it's 2 other cards too, because if they just give us the 1 card, that'd be kind of bogus. But that is definitely an English version of a card. So they're not going to give you a Japanese game and then give you some English cards. That would be odd. I don't think Konami going to do all that. But with that said, if this is what we're doing, and this is coming on Nintendo Switch and Steam, by the way, and it will be retailing at $50, so $49.99. You can get it at Best Buy, Amazon, whatever. We still don't have the release date yet, and they still have more games to confirm. But based on what we're seeing here, it is looking like we're going to just get the Duel Monsters series. And they go all the way up to 8, which is, as you know, Sacred Cards and Rashifa Destruction. So I just want to temper expectations. Don't expect too much out of this collection. From what I'm seeing and from what it's looking like, we're basically probably just going to get those 8 games. Like they're retailing this for $50. If I know these companies, they're not trying to give us all the Yu-Gi-Oh games for $50. So they probably just giving us the handheld games. And oh man. Alright, so we got from Gamemitsu, if you look at their website, they have confirmed to us we got over 10 titles included in this collection. So with that said, we got over 10 titles in this collection, man. Okay, if these the 5 games we got, and there's like 8 in the Duel Monsters series. Now we're going to get on to speculating the different types of games we can expect to actually probably see in this based on evidence that might lead to certain directions. So there's 8 official Duel Monster series games from the Japanese side of things. It goes all the way up to, from Duel Monsters 1 all the way up to Rashifa Destruction, including the Sacred Cards before that, which is 7 and 8 respectively. It's just 8 of them. So what other games would they put in here? If there's 2 other titles that, if I was a betting man, and so far my bets are pretty on the money, I'll probably say, alright, yeah, if I was a betting man, I say we definitely probably gonna get Dungeon Dice Monsters. So a little bit of history. If this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Early days and we seem to be sticking with the pattern of old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, Dungeon Dice Monsters, but correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, was the first GBA advanced game we got. So I'm like, hey, if they don't give us Dungeon Dice Monsters in the early collection, then what chance do we have of ever getting it? So I'm looking at it like, okay, Dungeon Dice Monsters got to be like that 9th game up in there. Because that's the only thing that makes sense. So there's other games we got on like the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance if we're just doing handheld games. But if we're really going to do early days collections, those capsule games on the Game Boy, I don't know. They could potentially do them, but I doubt it at this point. I would assume they would have gotten announced by this point. My final bet, other than Dungeon Dice Monsters, is, without further ado, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. It's the GOAT of the franchise, the heart of the franchise, the difficulty of the franchise. Forbidden Memories. Now, if you're not really too sure about the history of this game dropped at the same time as like, what was it, Dark Duel Stories or so? Like we got this game at the same time as we got one of the other games on the Game Boy lineup. And it was one of those things that dropped at like 2000, right? I think 2000 was like the year this game came out. And yeah, people love it. And it plays like the old school Yu-Gi-Oh! So if we're doing an early days collection and we got the old school rules, this game had the old school rules. So let's just throw this game up in there. Duels of the Roses count too. I just don't trust them enough to give us Duels of the Roses. But if y'all want to go out with a bang, if y'all want to get people to get this collection, and y'all got 10 games up in here, throw in this game, announce it. You gonna get your sales on this game alone. So go ahead, Konami. If my predictions are good, go ahead and put this and Dungeon Dice Monsters in there. Alright, back to the video. I just had to interject because I think I read this part late, so I had to get back in there. But those are my bets on the 10 games. I think we're going to get Duel Monsters 1, Duel Monsters 2, Duel Monsters 3, Duel Monsters 4, Duel Monsters 5, Duel Monsters 6, Duel Monsters 7, Duel Monsters 8, Dungeon Dice Monsters, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But hey, if I'm right, we getting Forbidden Memories, and then hope we can get those other collections with the games we really want, and then we good. But anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Those are my predictions. Hopefully they right. Hey Konami, go ahead and put Forbidden Memories. Throw in, hey Konami, if I really got y'all on the line, go ahead and throw in, Duelist of the Roses. Throw in Duelist of the Roses. Go ahead and throw in what's the other game? Capsule Monsters. Yeah, Capsule Monsters on the PlayStation 2. Throw that one in. Yeah, definitely. Falsebound Kingdom. Don't forget about it. Hey, put Dawn of the Duel on Xbox. Put that in there too. And hey, Tag Force GX. Go ahead. Even though they probably ain't gonna put no GX in there because I think they just want old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Right here. So we can rule out Tag Force because of that. But as far as old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Hey, throw those games in. So let's see what happens. Let's see. I'll keep you guys updated as per usual. So anyway, that's all I got to say on that topic. And yeah, hopefully they do those PlayStation 1 and those PS2 games because I was reading down in the comments and everybody said they want, stuff like Forbidden Memories, Duelist of the Roses, Capsule Monsters. They really want Capsule Monsters. People want the Tag Force games if we're going to go handheld. Man, people want Falsebound Kingdom sometimes. Falsebound Kingdom, we be wanting that sometimes. So Konami, if you looking at this, y'all gotta step y'all game up, man, because this is pitiful out here. Y'all out here with the big dogs. Y'all out here with the Final Fantasy games out here. Y'all out here with other card games in the real life. I'm like, y'all giving us 8 old Game Boy games that only that hard fans have even played. So what about our new fan base? Like, are the new kids on the block really gonna pick up this? Now, no, they ain't gonna pick it up. It's gonna be people like us that have played these games, and we might not even do it. So it's kind of odd. So I don't know what's going here, Konami. But if y'all hearing this video, I don't know if this video ever gets to y'all or not. But if this video does get to y'all, somehow, some way, go ahead and throw Forbidden Memories up in there. Go ahead and throw Duels of the Roses up in there. Throw in Capsule Monsters up in there. Hey, throw a Tag Force up in there. Hey, whatever. Throw the games we want up in there because y'all just out here giving us the Duel Monsters game, and nobody asked for this. I don't think anybody asked for Duel Monsters. Now, Duel Monsters 1, nobody. Maybe there's a case for Duel Monsters 4. It's a weird game. It's not that great, but ain't nobody asked for Duel Monsters 1. They asked for Forbidden Memories. They asked for Chain of Memories. Hey, they asked for Kingdom Hearts up in here. No, they asked for Forbidden Memories. They asked for Duels of Roses. They've been asking for Capsule Monsters. They've been asking for Frostbound Kingdom, the Tag Force games. Man, you know what this community want. They've been wanting those games forever. But anyway, this is what they decided to give us. Up to you if you want to buy it. Hey, it is what it is. But Konami, if you're going to make a collection, put the PS1 and PS2 games in there. When I say PS1 game, it's really just... There was one on the Xbox too. What was it called? Destiny Duels or something? That game wasn't bad. So maybe they want Destiny Duels on the Xbox too. I don't know. Give them the crazy, weird, fantastical Yu-Gi-Oh game. Oh, and Dungeon Dice Monsters. Like, to be honest, Dungeon Dice Monsters should be up in here. That would be nice. But, yeah, give them those games. Them Dungeon Dice Monsters. Them Capsule Monsters. Them obscure Yu-Gi-Oh games that you can't really play anywhere else, because we can play the card game. Now this is a bootleg version of the card game, but we can play the card game. So I don't know what's going on. That was a little bit of a rant inside the video because Konami, hopefully they get this far in the video. I probably should have started with the rant at the beginning because Konami ain't gonna watch this video. But anyway, and I'm not going to get no free copy, so I'm going to have to buy this game, and then I'm going to show y'all this game, and I'm going to show y'all if it's good or not. So it is what it is. But anyway, I guess that's the video right there. I mean, there's not much else I can talk about here. Like, we've explained these games before. There's other videos, too, on the line that also explain it way better than I did. So this is what we have so far. I'm just keeping you guys updated. We got these 5 games so far. We got Duel Monsters 1, Duel Monsters 2, Duel Monsters 3, Duel Monsters 4, and Duel Monsters 6. I don't know why they didn't just reveal Duel Monsters 5 real quick. Because people like that. That's kind of like our Eternal Soul. So I don't know why we didn't get to see that. But, hey, that's what they decided to do. Now, I will say, if we don't get Sacred Cards and Receive for Destruction, I'm gonna be shocked. If we don't get Sacred Cards and Receive for Destruction, I'm going to say don't even get the collection. Because if they stop us at 6... if they give us 1 through 6 and not 1 through 8, I understand if you don't want to get the collection. But hey, Konami, if y'all hearing this, if y'all want to do some Capcom stuff, like bring back all the old games, like the Capcom collections, because they do pretty good with this, go ahead and consider putting in, that Forbidden Memories up in there. Put in that Duels of Roses up in there too, and put online on them too. We want to play that Duels of Roses. I know y'all ain't putting Willy Breakers up in there, but yeah, hey y'all, put that Duelist of Roses up in there. Put that Frostbound Kingdom in there. Ooh, fix Frostbound Kingdom. That game be moving slow, but man, just do it. Drop us some extra content in them games too. There's people that's went on record tried to make these games better. They done modded them and everything. Get those people on board, Konami. If you can't do it and y'all can't be bothered to make these games right, get the fan people on there, the modding team, employ them like they did with Sonic Mania, and have them make these jokers. Because they'll make these games right. Y'all forgot how to make them, y'all don't have the assets, and y'all might not even care. So, anyway, that's enough of that video for now. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are below in the comments. Let me know if you excited for the game, not excited for the game. It is what it is. I wouldn't fault you either way. We all Yu-Gi-Oh fans out here, and we want Frostbound Kingdom, Forbidden Memories, Capsule Monsters, Duels of Roses. You know the ones we want. Them the ones that made us fans of the games anyway. We all probably played the card game, but hey, this ain't even card game until they get to 5. So anyway, without further ado, I'm Outline Man, and I'm out. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Just a little bit of talking. And take care, everyone. Stay cool.